Welcome to Revelstoke BC, not too far from where I live. Nice accessible spot. It's been raining here quite a bit the last few days. This morning's a little nicer, so we're going to try and get some footage for you. And as it's early in the season can't speak today. Early in the season, all of the kind of epic, super well-known places are still very wet and or covered in snow. So today we're going to show you some of the maybe somewhat lesser known, but absolutely beautiful, stunning, fantastic trails that they have here. And speaking of here, this one's called You Are Here. So this one we're going to utilize just to climb up and get into some of the slightly higher elevation stuff in the McPherson area. With all this rain and the light right now, it's just stunning, beautiful in here. Anyway, we will putz along, work our way up, and see if we can't show you some black diamond stuff today. Rode a bunch yesterday. Did, however, skip the double black because it was super dicey, very wet. Anyway, hang in there and we'll see what we can come up with for you. Okay, we've made our way to Backside Black Trail, one of the ones along our way for climbing and or maybe some descent. I've never ridden this trail, so I do not know what we're in for, but it sure is pretty in here. Truly a rainforest. Oh, a ducky. Ho, ho, ho. And there we go. Big step up. Don't know the line. That last feature would have definitely been doable in the dry, but that moss lichen on that wet rock definitely was not favorable today. So we're descending the bluff trail now, and in hindsight, I would say that Backside, I stopped filming. It was just, it was crazy. Super slippery, lots of tech, and multiple downed trees. So it just wasn't working out the way we had hoped at all. And you know, now that I've done it, I did say that the other direction might be better, but now I'm not so sure. It has a really steep ending. Oh, kind of like this. It was really steep coming down the last little bit. So on an e-bike, maybe not a big deal, but that would be pretty killer on an analog bike. So yeah, I don't know. North to south direction maybe is the right way. We've now made our way to Stimulus. With its wet bridges. I have been on this trail before. Actually, this is Stimulus South, sorry. And I have been on this trail before. The cedar and hemlock, whatever other varieties are in here, just absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I apologize for saying beautiful so often, but it's gonna happen, because look at this. The sun has started to come out, which is fantastic. Unlike yesterday, I didn't film any of it. It was just a big sloppy mess. Rained majority of the time, quite heavily. And the wind was crazy. They were saying 50 kilometer an hour gusts. And I would believe that 100%. 3 trees or tree tops came down around me during my ride yesterday, so quite dangerous actually, but we got out okay, which is the main thing. We are on the main Stimulus loop now, just that intersection back there. And it's going to involve some climbing. So. Cool log bridge. Gotta love those old hollowed out trees. Super slippery, but fun bridges for sure. And that was Stimulus. We're now riding in the Black Forest, and things are very wet in the Black Forest. We're now working our way along a ridge walk. Seems to be a little less used, and it's interesting because the sign said blue, but Trail Forks says black. This is a trail that I have not ridden before, so again, maybe not the best footage when I don't know the trail, but part of the adventure. And oh, the sun that we had a little while ago has hidden itself away again, and there was a few drops of rain coming down. Not quite enough for me to put my jacket on yet, but thinking about it. All right, stop talking and ride. Just working our way over to TNT along Ridge Walk. Just my opinion, but Ridge Walk, it's cool, but it's a lot of work, and there's no, it's kind of an out and back. Here's TNT. It's kind of an out and back, so there's no good way to access it without having some ridiculous, horrible stuff. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, TNT, another trail that I've never ridden. So we're riding this blind. Don't like those roots. Yep, there we go. Blind in the wet and greasy. This is a better trail. Oh yeah. So, you know, Ridge Walk. What do you think? Watch them roots. You know, it could be a ton of fun. Go in the right direction, and it gives you access to TNT. So that was an alternate. So Madman's Step, that was an alternate off of Ridge Walk to come in, but I think that the way I did it was the right way. Pretty good in here for first time through. Yeah, this is a fun trail for sure. Oh, what do we got here? Up over those roots. Oh, something was soft there. Yeah, TNT fun trail, but accessing it, as I indicated, it's a little not fun. So once in a while, we do something not fun in order to do something fun. Just cracked myself into some rock. All right. Yeah, TNT, worthy trail. And I'll stop saying that now, because you get the idea. What have we got? Love trails like this. It's very intuitive. So, you know, even though this is my first time through, at least so far, haven't really had any issue picking and finding a good line or a reasonably decent line through any of this stuff. Even though it's wet and greasy. And of course, because I'm talking about it, I just messed that up. But all in all, I mean, come on. Nice hits in here. Again, sight lines are great. You can see them. And I got to do a double check and see where I am. Ah, Black Forest. All right. So because of my chosen route today, I do need to cut off of TNT early and hit Black Forest in order to get back to where I'm going. I have ridden the very, very, very bottom of TNT before, and it goes into a trail called Broken Leg. If I recall correctly, that one has a super cool log ride on it. So it was a lot of fun. Oh, and we're back into the tech, and we're in the wrong gear. So still in the Black Forest, one of the great features in here, and this one's not too sketchy in the wet because you can just get over all that stuff, no problem. Pretty fun trail. I do like this. A lot of the trails here are very can't believe I made that. Very kind of XC orientated. So there's lots of climbing. But that's okay. We got to do that sometimes. Nice amount of Revelstoke tech. McPherson's just a great area. And of course, a lot different when it's dry. All of this stuff becomes very greasy when it's wet. Even today, with our mix of sun and cloud, after that atmospheric river and hurricane winds that we had, the Black Forest. Yeah, so crazy weather. But these trails, you know, they're a little mucky in places, but this is the zone, the area. That was the beginning of Ridge Walk. So yeah, this stuff rides in the wet really well, for the most part. Of course, the roots are super slippery. The rocks can be very slippery. But all in all, if you run a nice soft compound tire with some nice fresh square edges and get your pressures dialed, and you can do pretty good in here, even when it's wet. Good times. That rock is really wet and greasy. I looked at it on the way up, so I knew I didn't want to even attempt that turn Going down would have been fine, but the last part, but it's the flat rock with the turn at the top there. That one was a little sketchy, and I don't want to get hurt today.
Or you want me to start getting my rigging on?
What an ugly bunch of guys. Oh my God.
How's it going?
How you doing, Paul?
Good, good. You?
Hey, Gary.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm good.
You say he's ready.
You've been here for a couple days.
I've been here for a dried out enough that was possible. Whoa, that was soft. Lots of lingering puddles. Oh, a little bit of a soft spot, right? Not where I wanted it. That was probably not show up on camera, but that was kind of a mess of rock and root. Definitely a lot more fun descending quarry than it is going up it. And for a blue trail, it's chunky enough. It's definitely a lot of fun. Revy Blue Tech, yes please. All right, we are now heading into Hemlock Grove. I did ride part of this yesterday just to make a connection. Ooh, a little tight. Oh yeah. This is going to be another pretty fun trail, I think. Do not go that way. That's the climb trail. Stay all right. Sunshine has once again graced us with its presence. Very wet. That probably won't show on camera, but the back end went a good foot off course on that route. We've got Mount Mackenzie right there, and Cartier. That bird might have shown up on the footage because he was right in front of the camera, I want to say. This is still Hemlock Grove. We are working our way through the cut block section of it. Soon get back into the actual grove. Another one of those beautiful log bridges. That wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be. And then this should be the final stretch, bringing us back in to the good old campsite. Another reason to come here. Literally camped right beside the trail. So there's the beginning entrance to Chair, double black. I did not ride that this trip. Some of the black trails were plenty difficult enough with the very slippery roots and rocks. So we're going to save Chair for another day. Coming to the end of my time here for this one, but very accessible to my home, so I will be back hopefully in the very near future. And just like that, we are back at camp. Thanks for coming along. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time, keep the rubber side down. Cheers.